Hey everyone, I want to discuss why home prices are going up so high. There's two major reasons for it, I think. And the second reason I could almost guarantee nobody has mentioned to you or talked to you about because I don't even see people talking about it. I don't see articles or anything about it. I don't really know why, but I'm going to tell you about it and help you get informed a bit about what is exactly happening. So let's get right into the first reason, which is the lack of inventory. I think that's probably the most commonly known. Inventory is down between 20 and 40%. And yes, in northern New Jersey as well. And those are pretty much national numbers. And we're getting to the point where inventory is almost as low as 2008 hit. And yet the demand is still very high. And I could give you a quick reason why for that, because it's fighting off the high interest rates, right? And this is the whole reason for the discussion. Interest rates are high. Why are homes selling for more? And interest rates are high. So why are people still have such a high demand? And well, COVID is the big reason, I think. During that lockdown, you had a lot of people who just said to themselves, I'm always going to rent. I'll live in a condo forever. I don't want to own or buy a home. Well, that all changed because now they were locked into these small places and they couldn't really move around as much. So now people want yards and pools are back in demand and all these things. They want more space. So that's the big reason, I think, for number one, with the prices still going up. Now, number two is the big one I think that not really many people talk about, if any, and that is the effect of cash buyers. If you look at the data, okay, last year, 8% of buyers were cash buyers. But this year, the number went up to 28%. And I've been seeing that number since the beginning of the year. And that is having an effect because cash buyers are not bound to an appraiser or an appraisal of the property. They could pay whatever they want. You know, if you have a $400,000 house and you offer $1 million and you're getting a loan, is really not going to matter because the lender's going to be like, yeah, we're not giving you $1 million for that $400,000 house. But if a cash buyer wanted to put in some ridiculous number, they can because it's their money and they don't have to be bound to any limitations. So this is what's happening. A home is, say, having a lot of competition. Somebody's coming in, they're offering, let's say, $150,000 over the market value of a house in a town, and it closes. Well, now every home in that neighborhood has now increased its value, especially the homes that are similar to that home. So now, if a home was only worth maybe 600,000, a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, whatever, it was worth $600,000 yesterday. But today, a cash buyer bought that same house for $750,000. Well, now you have a new comp that the banks are using for some reason, and now that house is worth $750,000. And that's the point and the reason why I think there's such a problem. I mean, it's not really a problem, but it's why this is happening. Is lenders won't give money for a house that you might be overpaying for, which I understand why, but they'll use a cash purchased home as a comp for the next person that's going to make an offer on a property. And I think that is really a big problem and why these numbers are getting so skewed and why home values are going up so high is because you're using essentially one house from some maniac that is desperate or whatever their reasons are to put all this money up front into a home that's not really worth the price they're giving, and they're changing the whole neighborhood. They're changing the value of everybody's house. And I mean, in a good way if you're a seller, but in a really bad way if you're a buyer. And that's why these numbers are going up so high. I don't really know why people aren't discussing that as much. I've said this to appraisers before. I'm like, why are you using a cash purchase comp? But you're gonna appraise a house for $10,000 less than my buyers want to offer. I mean, you should just stop using cash purchase sales then. Like, why are you doing that? And they always agree. They go, that's kind of a good point, but it's just what we do. It's a comp. It's a closed sale. So now the value of that town is worth what the closed sales say there are. So I mean, that's really it. I think those are the two biggest reasons. Number two, I think more people need to discuss, especially when I see on Facebook and other places, you see a town go for sale, and people are like, what, really? That much for that house? No way, that's crazy. Well, chances are they might actually get that number, especially if they're lucky enough to get some cash buyer from the city or something to show up and buy the house for that price just because they can. So if you want to know a little bit more about property or your neighborhood, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'd be happy to share some data with you, actual data. I don't give any fluff. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'll tell you what I think and what your possibilities are. And we could just take it from there. Anytime, don't worry. Just call, text, email. Happy to chat with you. And I hope to talk to you soon. Hope you have a great day.